Hey, ¿qué pasa, amigos? How's it going? I don't know what this video is going to be about other than what the heck I'm doing here. Just daily life stuff. I'm just picking up this camera at random, and I just figured I'd just share the day with you, I suppose, if this video even gets uploaded. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But the last time you guys saw, I was working on the Tramp. I was trying to get the paint right, trying to get some other things right, and the bike is complete. But I shared it on my Facebook, you know, the finished product, but I didn't share it anywhere else. And no, not on my Saddle Tramp Facebook, on my personal Facebook. Anyway, but here it is. That's it, right there. Yeah, I went ahead and got the paint done, even though didn't turn out as well as I wanted it to, but nevertheless, it is painted. So it looks like its original self, like it did a while ago. Like I said, I was really missing its original self, so it looks like its original self, except for the fact I changed the handlebars on it. I experimented with seats and stuff as far as posture, you know, and you know, I've actually taken this seat and bent the pan just right and all this other kind of stuff, and even put, dang it, and even put springs underneath it to try and improve my posture, but it seemed to be like to no avail. That's it. But however, I got to thinking, I remembered watching an old video of when I first built this motorcycle, and it really didn't look like this either. But nevertheless, I remember saying that I changed the handlebars because at one time I was running some rabbit ear bars on it, and I remember saying in that video, which that video is right there. It's my very first video on this channel as far as why I ran the rabbit ear bars, which are the bars right here on the iron head. And I remember saying that it actually improves my posture and it helps my back quite a bit. So I got to thinking maybe I'll change bars. So I got to experimenting with these bars, and I gave up on changing risers and stuff, even though these are taller risers on these buckhorns. And I really hate it because I really love how the buckhorns look on this bike. But now to me it kind of looks like a Sportster chopper rather than with the buckhorns. It kind of took away the Sportster look to it, and it kind of almost looked like a big twin in a way. But that's just in the eye of the beholder. That's in my eye. But I'm going to quit yammering my hammer and get to the point what I'm going to do today. One of the days while I was riding on this bike, I hit something in the road that made the bike jump, and I was not sure what it was. I thought maybe something in the transmission was taking a dump because it happened right at the time when I was downshifting. But that wasn't it. So I just kept on going, and eventually I found at a gas station I had a flat tire. And what had happened is, yeah, right there. There's a couple of plugs in the tire right now. They put quite a gash in this thing, which it doesn't look like much right now. But I put one plug in it and it didn't plug it. I put two plugs in it and it plugged it. You know, it stopped leaking, but now I don't trust that, you know, long term, which really kind of breaks my heart because there's like plenty of tread left on this tire, you know. I mean, it's not exactly brand new, but it definitely doesn't have a whole lot of miles on it. But to be on the safe side, we want to try and take a ride to North Georgia for the Grundle Run. Lord willing, you know, we don't know what's going to happen between now and then, but I want to ride this motorcycle. So what better bike to ride to an event like that than a bike that looks like the rest of the bikes, or the kind of bike that looks like the kind of rest of the bikes that show up. You know, thrown together motorcycles, you know. Anyway, but that's the bike I want to ride, and I haven't ridden it on a trip in a long time. And anyway, so before I do all of that, I need to get a new tire. And I'm going to do the hard thing, right? You know, just to save a couple of bucks. I said on my last video that I invested in some tire spoons, right? So I'm going to change the tire myself, and you guys get to see me struggle. Because, you know, I did it on the front tire once, but, you know, back tires are a little bit more of a struggle. So anyway, without me yammering my hammer anymore, I'm going to get down the road, go to Scooters, because Victor says I have a new tire waiting on me. Oh, hey, amigos, look, I'm back. And I don't know what happened in between the frames other than, check it out, look, I got a haircut. Pretty good looking, huh? I don't look like that guy who lives in his mom's basement anymore. Got the little underbrush trim off. So anyway, we're on our way to Scooters. As you can see, we're in the van, man, you know what I mean? And I hope you can hear me all right with all the wind noise. Since I've got the windows down, it's really hot down here. And I have no AC on this thing. So anyhow, I'm going to quit yammering my hammer. Enough of that useless information, and see you with Scooters. Okay, you guys haven't met this dude because he's a new guy here at Scooter. This is Rudy. Rudy's kind of camera shy, you know. He's being filmed against his will. I didn't even ask his permission. Is it okay?
Yeah, you're good.
Now, actually, you guys don't know that, but I haven't brought you guys here in a while, and you know, Scooters has been taken over by, not taken over, but kind of taken over, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, Victor's the man here, right? He's the co-cheese. He's the new Kenny, and things are a little different, but yeah, it's still Scooters, and it's still a good place to come get stuff. As you can see, I'm coming buying stuff from here anyway, like a new tire, right? And so anyway, without yammering too much, I'm going to get in and I'm going to bother the crap out of Victor. He doesn't know that I'm bringing the camera in here. So this is the new man of the hour, the new sheriff in town here at Scooters. Even though we're under new management, it's still a best awesome place to come get stuff and get stuff done. Isn't that right?
Hey guys, that's right.
Well, you know.
Need anything done, come see me at Scooters.
Of course, he's got a little bit of a biased opinion, but anyway, but hey, I'm still here, right? I mean, if I didn't like this place, I'd go somewhere else. Tell me what you just said. All right, this place is what now?
So we here at Scooters have been nominated for a WXXV People's Choice Award for the best motorcycle dealership on the coast.
Ain't that something?
The beautiful part about that is voting starts on the 12th and runs until the 9th, and anybody with an email can vote for Scooters to be the #1 dealership on the coast. Now that's a lot of fun because we're not a dealership, and we would love to be at the award ceremony to represent Scooters to take an award we don't deserve.
Right on. Hey, that's pretty cool. And they can find you on Instagram and also Facebook, right?
At Victor Just Victor on Facebook and Instagram, and on the Facebook page and the Instagram there will be a link in the comments where you can go ahead and vote for Scooters, because we have an opportunity to do something funny for no reason.
Yeah, the link will be down below. His Facebook, his Instagram, and where he said you can go vote. You can go vote, that is.
That's right.
That's right. So anyway. Okay, that's another example of support your local motorcycle shop. You know, I go down to the dealership when, well, I guess if your stuff is dealership worthy, unlike my stuff, yeah, go there. But definitely support your local motorcycle shop, mom and pop shop. I mean, they're struggling to keep the lights on at their own house, you know what I mean? And then they gotta eat too. But anyway, I'm always thankful for them because, as you can see, got me a tire that I know the dealership probably wouldn't have. So anyhow, not picking on the dealership, that's just the price you pay when you ride old stuff that you know, the motor company doesn't make parts for anymore. So you always got to go aftermarket or go mom and pop, which mom and pop stuff's more, you know, more unique anyway. They're more personable. That is, well, I don't want to say that because I do know some dealerships that are okay. Anyway, I'm just running my head, but I'm gonna get to the house and, you know, do this. Okay, back at the house, and check it out. We got the wheel off the tramp. It is actually sitting right there on the ground. And I have the new tire sitting out in the yard, you know, out there sitting in the grass, because I want the sun to beat on it so it'll be easier to fight with, to get it onto the rim. And anyway, all that said, I went ahead and got the valve stem core out so there's no air in the tire. And I don't really have a tire machine, so as far as breaking the bead. So I'm going to try this, which I don't really have a lot of faith in. And if that doesn't work, then I'll try other measures. See if this will do it. It doesn't have that far of a reach, but I don't know. It might work, it might not. Like I said, I don't have a lot of faith in this, but we'll see what happens. Okay, that didn't work. So I guess other than driving a car over top of it or something, maybe I'll try my press. Maybe that'll work. We'll see how that does it. I don't see how anything that is of that nature can stand up to the force of a hydraulic press. Let's see what happens when I try it like that. Okay, well that wasn't too hard. Got the bead busted on both sides of the wheel. What I want to do is give me a little bit of Windex. This is going to act like a lubricant because rubber tires are just not very slick, that is. So you're going to want to get it good and wet with some soapy water or Windex or whatever. So there it is. Okay, here comes the adventurous part, using the spoons. Okay, so basically what I'm going to want to do, they do have some kind of protective guard you put on the lip or the rim so you don't scratch it up, but I'm going to live dangerously here and just get it off without them because it's just one less thing I got to mess with. Which I don't think I'm going to hurt the rim. I don't know, we'll see. I doubt it, but let's see if we can make this happen. Okay, I'm going to slip this thing in here like this. The first bite is always the toughest one. I'm going to stick this thing underneath the brake rotor. Oh, something I didn't think about. You want to get the other side or the bottom side of the tire in the drop center, which I forgot. Things tend to go a lot easier that way. Which, here we go. Alright. Alright, we got that. Alright. I'm going to take the center spoon and make another bite. Okay. All right, that's one side off. I'll make sure to spray some more Windex down in the rim because the more lubrication, the better. You know what I mean? Can't go wrong with that, you know? Okay. Now I think what I do is I take this and I stab it in here like that. Yeah, this is going to be a booger. I did stay in a Holiday Inn Express last night, but it wasn't all that great, as you can tell. And I can see that I'm not doing it right already. Drop center, please. Alright, I'm going to stick another one in here and do this. Oh yeah, I don't want to move. Stick another one in here, you know? Oh yeah, the rim's coming off. Stick another one in. I'm pretty sure some of you is going to like give me some pointers on how to do this the right way. But I don't have one because, like I said, I'm doing this, you know, my way, I guess, which I don't really have a way. I'm doing what looks like is working. So, anyway, and now it's only gone so far and don't want to work now. Oh yeah, you know what? It looks like this thing wants to come out. There we go. That wasn't so bad. Okay, the rim is out. Well, I found what gave me a flat tire once I got the tire off, and I found this down inside the tire. I mean, it wasn't stuck in, it was just flopping around in there, but it's the end of a key. So I guess somebody lost the key in the middle of the road and I hit that sucker. I mean, I guess it broke the head of the key off. As you can see, the head's not there. Come to think of it, now that I think about it, I don't think I'm missing any keys because I usually leave my keys hanging on my belt loop when I go down the road. But no, I'm not missing any. So somebody lost their key in the middle of the road. So, wow, that's a first. Never done that before. Okay, several hours later, went and had lunch with the missus and some other stuff. But anyway, I had to run down to the hardware store and got me some zip ties because I'm going to try the zip tie method. Check it out. All right, got the thing all squished together with zip ties. I'm going to spray it down with my Windex and get everything wet. On top of that, you also want to make sure if you do this, you want to clean the wheel. What I've done is taken some steel wool and I just cleaned up the bead area and stuff so I won't have any leaks in theory. So I'm going to see how this goes and wet everything down and see what happens, okay? Also, my rotation of my tire is this way, and I got everything right. I found the arrow on the side of the tire. You want to look for that. And actually, no, my rotation is this way. I'm sorry, but there's a little yellow dot right here. I don't know if you see it, but there's a dot right here which tells me to line that up with the valve stem, which is right there. So I'm going to give this a shot. I have no idea how well this is going to go. Let's see. I've seen some guys just push it on automatically, and it's not as easy as it looked like it might have been. Oh gee, okay, this probably isn't going to work this way. At least not for me, because I'm not that lucky, you know what I mean? But what if I just do this? So, oh, wait a minute, something happened. I know, what if I do this? Well, I don't know. No, that's not working. Oh. So much for the easy way. Ow, man. I guess it wouldn't be a real job if I didn't hurt myself every once in a while. Okay, it's not holding here because the sidewall or the bead is not seated. So I guess I gotta talk nice to it and do stuff like this and do stuff like that. I don't know. I mean, it's gotta go under some kind of way, you know what I mean? Okay, let's see if that did anything. Oh, there we go. We got air. In theory. Okay. It's holding there, but it's not seated all the way around yet. Yeah, it's seated there, but it ain't coming all the way out over here. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the camera down and figure out how to make this work. Well, I wish I'd have gotten that one on camera just as soon as I take the camera. Well, not just as soon, but you know, wouldn't you know it, things work out when you turn the camera off and you try it again right after that. But what I did is that I pulled the core out of the valve stem, and this time I just used a regular air gun, and it forced a lot more air all at once down in that rim, and I just kept on going until eventually I started to see in the part where the bead wasn't seated, and it started to come out more and more and more and more until it just went pop pop in two places. So it's on there, so I'm going to air it up and you know, put it on the balancer and see how bad off it is. Okay, got my wheel on the truing stand, and I don't see any freaking weights on my wheel to begin with. So maybe I got lucky the last time I got a tire, or I don't know, or maybe they slung them off. Who knows, man? Maybe I won't need no weights. I doubt it though. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn this thing about 90 degrees like this and let go and see what happens. Up, it's moving. So I need some wheel weights. Okay, get it good and clean. So I'm going to just tape it right here. So I'm going to do like that. We'll see what happens. That still goes that way though. Alright, add one more on here. Let's see. Go here. See what happens now. Wow, this thing's really got a heavy spot in it. Let's try one right here. Getting a slower response. I mean, I don't know if perfect has to be the standard, but well, looks like that did it. Okay, right on. Yep, I think we're good. Okay, the wheel is on. Went on with no problem. And I spared you the details of me putting it on the motorcycle, because how hard is it to put a wheel on a chopper, really? Especially when you got it up in the air. Just put the spacers in place, put the chain on the sprocket, put the brake in place, shove the axle through, put the nut on, you know, and the whole 9 yards. But also, what I also did before I put the wheel on, and I didn't put it on camera, I thought it might be a good idea. It's been since 2018, since it had new wheel bearings put in the front and back. So I know the front wheel bearings are new because I put them in and greased them, and also the rear wheel bearings haven't been brand new since 2018 or 2019. So I pulled the bearings out of the wheel and repacked them with fresh grease, and now they're happy again. But anyway, as always, you guys, you know, if you like what you've seen, well, screw the cliche. From here on out, you guys get the rubber side down, and you be good to yourselves, and thanks a lot.